For far too many students, when the only goal is graduation from high school, this is not enough to keep them in school, particularly when they find it boring or irrelevant to their lives. This fact has been cited in a report by the Melinda and Bill Gates Foundation as a key to the reason why students drop out. Without the vision of a productive future and, may I emphasize more importantly, the understanding of the consequences of not getting a good education, far too many will still drop out. These students will become the adults who later in life say, if only someone had told me what it would be like when I was growing up. 50% of students drop out of college or do not graduate within 6 years. 20% of 26-year-olds live at home or they are not economically independent of their parents. According to a recent CNN poll, 48% of college graduates return home to live, and 44% are living there 1 year later. Addressing these issues as they relate to economic self-sufficiency requires that students understand the necessity of a career focus and have a quantitative plan for their upcoming decade of transition. It's the 10 years from high school student to post-secondary learner and completer to a productive work life. This translates most efficiently in the form of a quantitative and personalized 10-year plan that has real meaning for the student. It is important to note that for dropout prevention purposes, the timing for the development of this 10-year plan is very important. Written at the beginning of their high school tenure, either in the 8th or the 9th grade, this vision of a productive future will provide the roadmap for keeping students on course as they tackle the higher order skills demanded of the citizens of the 21st century. Career Choices is a curriculum that has proven successful in reducing dropout rates. When taught in total and in sequence, Career Choices leads students through a step-by-step process with up to 100 active learning exercises that enables them to articulate who they are, what they want their lives to look like as an adult, and the plan for getting what they envision. Is it really possible to get the average 13 or 14-year-old to write a comprehensive 10-year plan for their future? After all, you're probably thinking, hey, I'd be hard-pressed to write a 10-year plan myself. When students are provided with a classroom-based comprehensive guidance experience, either in the 8th or 9th grade, that is taught by a qualified and trained educators using proven and rigorous scope and sequence curriculum that is standards-based using the new course standards for freshman transition classes from George Washington University, yes, it is possible, and we've proven it. A class based on the course standards for freshman transition classes from George Washington University is more than a career exploration course. Career Choices, which probably should have been entitled Success 101, goes beyond the obvious career exploration, and that is why it is so acclaimed. Besides career exploration, through this 10-year planning process, your students will learn to project into the future and understand the consequences of today's choices and actions. Students who can do this are far less likely to take the easy road, that of dropping out, because they understand the negative impact that one act will have on their lives. Students need classroom-based activities that will help them understand how to match academic and educational effort to lifestyle expectations. Spending time examining lifestyle scenarios, financial and emotional, is an important component of a course that will impact your dropout rate. In a standards-based freshman transition course, students will become identity achieved through contemplation and self-discovery. For the adolescent, the process of becoming identity achieved takes study, discussion, feedback, support, and personal observations. You don't want to short-circuit this important developmental step. The young person who truly knows themselves and their own motivations will be much more likely to have the self-esteem it takes to stay the course, even under adverse situations. In a freshman transition course, students will learn to identify and plan for the challenges and stumbling blocks that are inevitable in today's fast-paced, competitive world. By reviewing case studies, scenarios, stories of others who have met challenges, adolescents can practice, discuss, try on, and plan for challenging situations that are bound to come up in everyone's life. How can you know what career level to prepare for if you don't know how much you need to earn? To ignore this fact of life does a disservice to our young people and the families that will someday rely on them. In addition, once students have explored this figure in a personalized way, and that figure has real meaning to them because it reflects their envisioned lifestyle, watch the almost overnight change in attitude about the value of education. Dropping out now carries consequences in a concrete number. After a course based on the standards, your students will become proactive rather than reactive in managing the changed situations of their lives. Armed with all this information, new skills and aptitudes, students will be much more likely to persevere when they hit life's speed bumps. Instead of dropping out, whether it's high school, college, or life, they'll instead buckle down, get the support needed to stay the course. If you are serious about reducing dropout rates and are ready to launch a freshman transition course at either the 8th or 9th grade that culminates in a 10-year plan, we at Academic Innovations are prepared to help you.